I'm Johnny Dam, host of the Damage Report radio show. When I'm not falling in love with the First Amendment all over again, I like to sit back, relax, and rub my meat to the Barbecue Central show. And now your host, Greg Rempe. Go, Greg. Yeah, rub that meat.
In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man, a one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. Kind of. Welcome aboard. Those that are jumping on the backdoor stream, Willie, appreciate you joining me. I know things are already up, running. Chat room is ablaze, saying that last week was already a better showing this week regardless. Quite frankly, there's no stream on LA Talk Radio right now, but they're working to rectify that situation. So if you... if you're listening on LA Talk Radio, there's pretty much no way for you to get the stream right now. You can't even get the Backdoor Jones. Hopefully people are going in the Ustream chat room and finding that out. If you know people that are looking to listen to the show, but they don't know about the live chat room, go ahead and blast them off the link that I just posted in the talk room. That at least allows you to get into the show live. And probably will actually have a little bit better fidelity here. I see there's looks like 4 or 5 people in there right now. So go ahead, keep checking back on the LA Talk Radio stream and see if that actually ends up coming back over the course of the night. But I have an interview to do tonight, and I am not going to risk losing him. And we'll get into that here in a second. So great show lined up. If you want to jump in tonight, 216-220-0966, or you can email me, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Go ahead, email your friends and neighbors that you're listening to the Barbecue Central Show right now. Or maybe don't do it at this point, because how the hell are they going to find the show, pretty much is what I'm saying. Anyway, always keep up with what's happening on the with the world of barbecue and grilling by going to the website, thebarbecuecentral.com. Also, if you've missed a show here on LA Talk Radio, go ahead and circle back to the archives page by going to the Barbecue Central badge. Click on my shining face. You'll be taken to the bio page of the Barbecue Central Show, and there is a fully listed archive of all of the Barbecue Central shows that have taken place so far. Also, if you are into the iTunes thing, you can search the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio, and you can find them there as well. So, iTunes, LA Talk Radio, Barbecue Central, thebarbecuecentral.com, pretty much 3, 4, 10, 100 different ways to get all the shows, either in live or archived format. Again, if you want to get in tonight, 216-220-0966 or bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Here we go. Here's what's happening on the show tonight, folks. I got a big interview planned with really one of the, I hate to use the term living legend because it makes it sound like somebody's very old. But in the terms of competition barbecue, this guy has been doing it for a number of years, has amassed any number of awards, has pretty much won a lot of the big-name contests to include the Jack Daniels. And I'll be joined next segment by Johnny Trigg. He's the pitmaster of Smokin Triggers. We'll also talk to him aside from how we got into barbecue and what he uses to cook with the standard line of questioning that you get here on the Barbecue Central Show. We'll talk to him about the recent events that took place last week, or just this past weekend, at the American Royal. Of course, American Royal is probably the single biggest cook-off that takes place during the course of the year, and arguments ensue on the internet boards and amongst friends and family and competitors if the American Royal is the competition that you want to win, or if it's the Jack Daniels, or if it's Best of the Best down in Douglas, Georgia, or if it's Memphis in May down there in what is now the Memphis Barbecue Network or region or whatever the hell they call it these days. But typically those are the 4 contests that are mentioned on a regular basis of competitions that you want to, be qualified to compete in and then win if you get there. So we'll talk to him about the American Royal. He did very well, came in 10th on the invitational side, came in 4th overall on the open side, which is actually the more wide open event of the 2. And we'll talk to him about how the invitations are sent out and how you get in. We'll talk to him about the open end and if he feels that the open, much like Rod Gray had mentioned last week, if he feels that the American Royal and the open is really the more a difficult contest to win and the one that competitors as a whole would prefer to win versus the mystique and the hype of the Jack Daniels. So we'll talk to him about that as well. Hey, did you know the presidential debate is going on tonight? Presidential debate, presidential schmalate. Tell your friends to get off the TV and hook up with a Barbecue Central show. Nothing is going to be hashed out with the old man and the young guy in an hour and a half that you can't watch on TiVo or that you can't pick up on the highlights later on this evening or tomorrow on CNN and CNBC and whatever else you want to use to get your news. So don't shy away just because I'm going up against the presidential debate. We're here, and we're learning about stuff that people really want to talk about, the heart of all of the issues. Look, we know the economic climate sucks. We know we have taxpayers are now footing a $700 billion bailout, and that's really the bottom line. So don't waste your time watching the tomfoolery that takes place tonight. We're here on the Barbecue Central show, and that's where you need to be. There's no replay of last week's show, so if you're looking for that, you're not going to find it because I just didn't record it, and I really don't know what else to say about that. So we're on a time schedule tonight. I'm going to get out. First set of commercial breaks. I'm going to raise up Johnny Trigg. When we come back, we'll talk with him. If you want to call in, 216-220-0966. You can email at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Don't forget, last segment, the 4-segment free-for-all for your chance to win a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce. SwampSauce.com. Good news, Tim Patton, owner of PD River Swamp Sauce, says he's on board for sponsorship for the rest of the year. So get ready to dial in and win from now until the end of 08. That's great. I just rhymed. Damn straight. Johnny Trigg when we get back. Stand by. Scotty.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Steven Reichland of Barbecue U-Fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Chillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
This is Jennifer Palamas from Charlotte, North Carolina, and this is Barbecue Central.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back. It's the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. I do believe we're up and running back there again. If you're on the backside stream, welcome along. Either way, as promised, joining me right now, one of the elite competition barbecuers doing it right now. His name is Johnny Trigg. He's the pit master of Smokin Triggers. Johnny, welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. Thanks for taking out the time tonight. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Johnny, maybe for the people that aren't as familiar with your background and all that good stuff, how about giving us a little background about yourself and how long you've actually been competing in barbecue?
Well, I've cooked off and on all of my adult life, and primarily in the backyard. And I started competition in March of 1990. And I basically cooked in Texas until 1996 when I retired, and then I started to drift out of the state for a few contests. And in 1999, my wife Trish and I hit the road, and we've been traveling ever since, all over the country to contests.
Is it all KCBS contests that you take part in, or are you not a discriminator of sanctioning bodies?
Well, out of state, outside of Texas, they're all KCBS. I don't do any other section contests.
Now, you've what really got you interested in actually taking it out of the backyard and actually going into the competition arena?
Well, in 1989, I went to a contest here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I never had seen one. And so Trish and my wife, we went out one Saturday morning and walked around and saw all these cookers and cooks and talked to them, and I had a backyard smoker at home, and I'd been cooking on since 1984, and I had never seen so many trailer pits of various configurations, and it just struck me, and I immediately started researching and trying to find me a cooker on a trailer so I could do competition.
Now, you've actually been doing this for, quite some time, so you've seen a lot of things come and go, a lot of changes made. What do you think are some of the biggest changes that have taken place over the course of time?
Well, it's got more and more people have got involved into it, and it's getting more and more sophisticated, and the competition is getting keener and keener. There's various education programs out there for cookers, from beginners to experienced cookers. People are teaching classes, as well as myself and Rod Gray of Kansas City. We started doing it last year, and so it has really progressed, and the number of contests have progressed, and they're just and the prize money is also out there. It's become very rewarding for people that are fortunate enough to win.
Now, I'll go ahead and ask you about it since you kind of segued into it for me in regards to the cooking class. A lot of people that are out there that, are getting the calls. It seems like there's been this emergence of people that are doing fairly well on the competition circuit, offering up their services for sale, so to speak, and putting on these competition classes. So you do the old school versus high tech. Obviously, we got Rod Gray, who's a pellet guy, doing the high tech end. You're doing the old school version of it. Give us a little brief overview of the class, what you can expect, and really why people should look at your class and Rod's class versus the number of other ones out there.
Okay, well, Rod and I about a year and a half ago started talking about doing this, and I was kind of reluctant at the beginning, and he went out on his own and did a couple of classes, and I joined him on one just to observe and everything, and it just struck me that that's something that I wanted to do, because there's so many people out there that are cooking, and they just need a little tweaking here and there, and then they can start getting their name called. But they've gone in a contest and never get their name called. So what Rod and I have done, we have formed this partnership, and as you said, he cooks on pellets and I'm a stick burner, and I cook totally wood, and he does totally pellets. So he gets and there's a lot of both type of cookers out there, probably about 50-50 of each. So we have formed this thing, and we do a class which it starts at 6 o'clock on a Friday afternoon and ends about 2:30 on Saturday afternoon. And it's a format just exactly like if you go to a contest. And we start out by showing them how we prep our meat and trim our meat and season it. And we actually show exactly what each one of us do at a competition. There's no secrets. And a lot of people have said, "Oh, they're not telling us what they're doing and everything." And I give them the invitation. If they see me at a contest, they're more than welcome to come into my motorhome and watch me prep my meat right there. And we not only show them how and everything, but we also furnish them a jar of some of our spice and rubs of everything that we use. And we have gotten tremendous reviews by the past students that have attended, and some of them have done very, very, very well.
So you're actually you're not out to hide anything at all.
No, we're not hiding. We're not hiding anything. If we're hiding something, it's by ignorance, and we forgot to show it, and right there. But we do it very professionally, and we've done. We did 3 last year, and we've done 3 again this year, and we have one coming up in November in Atlanta, Georgia.
What kind of cooker do you use?
I cook on a gear pit. It's made by Jamie Gear, a very good friend of mine, and I have 2 of them. And I had one that I cooked on for 9 years, and then I had him to build me a couple more. And he said, "Well, why do you need 2?" Well, I go to a cook-off nearly every weekend. I do between 40 and 45 cook-offs a year. And if I'm going down the road, if it comes off the trailer hitch or somebody runs into me, I'm out of business. And so I've already entered a number of cook-offs in advance, so I need to know. But they're both built just exactly alike.
Now, it's funny you mentioned gear pits, because there doesn't seem to be any other cooker out there on the market that seems to have this, let's call it mystique, that these gear pits have. Obviously before Jamie actually went into full production of these things a little earlier in the year, they were, you had to get on a waiting list and nobody knew how to do it. And, there was all this kind of mysterious buzz going about these pits. But what do you think really sets these pits apart from a lot of the other stick burners on the market?
Well, for one thing right there, they're even temperature inside the chamber right there. There's no hot spots at all in his cookers. And it makes it so much easier to cook. His fireboxes are totally insulated. They're 2 inches thick, And this past weekend in Kansas City at the Royal on Saturday, I used 8 sticks of wood to do the entire contest.
That's it?
So,
8 sticks?
8 sticks.
I have a feeling your buddy Rod's using more pellets than you are sticks.
Yeah, quite much right there. Yeah.
Do you inject your butts in briskets?
No, I'm totally against that. In fact, I told my wife I'll quit cooking before I'll do any injecting.
Well,
I do strictly dry rubs.
It seems that injection has become more and more commonplace, especially over the last let's say 3 to 5 years. What about not injecting? Do you not like, or do you not take part? I mean, obviously you're winning, so you can't refute your results, but it seems like everybody that I've talked to in the last 2 years, I can't name more than 1 or 2 people that say they have never injected either.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I think where primarily the got it started was injecting brisket. Brisket is a very tight woven meat, and it's the worst cut of meat on the cow or steer. And I'm just a firm believer of that you don't need to inject it. And first of all, I ask these people, why are you injecting? They said, well, it gives it moisture. Well, I have no problem whatsoever in getting my pork butts or my briskets moist out there. In fact, when I slice my brisket, the juice just flows out. So I guess that's where I'm from the old school. That's the way I was taught. And it hasn't never caught on down here in Texas, right here. And I don't know of anybody in Texas that inject their briskets. Some of them do the pork, but we don't cook pork very much down in our contest in Texas. It's primarily chicken, ribs, and brisket.
Right. All right, well, when we come back, I want to ask you kind of a question about the evolution of the sport. I think I have an idea of where you actually might weigh out on that. And then we'll get into the American Royal from just this past weekend, so hang through the break with me. We're talking with Johnny Trigg from Smokin Triggers. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show here on LA Talk Radio. Stand by. We'll be right back.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
This is Jimmy Burns from Malvern, Ohio, and you're listening to Barbecue Central.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back, Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio. Don't forget, next segment, your chance to win a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce. SwampSauce.com, place to go to find out more about that. We go ahead and pick up back with our conversation with Pitmaster of Smokin Triggers, Johnny Trigg. Johnny, we were talking a little bit ago about kind of how people seem to be consistently evolving with the sport. I hear that a lot. The sport continues to evolve. There's been debate back and forth about this evolution of barbecue actually hurting the sport. For example, you have pellet cookers out there now instead of stick burners. You have pit temperature control devices out there. You have phosphate injections. Do you feel that the enhancements have led to the erosion of the actual art of barbecue in the competitions?
No, not really. I think barbecue is, it's been going on for centuries right there, and it was always the heat was the source of cooking the meat and everything, and they've just found out new ways of doing things, of making heat and everything with the pellets and charcoal and wood right there. But I'm just a firm believer that you get the natural flavors from wood. And the biggest comment I get about me, because I cook on wood, that I'm putting too much smoke in my meat. Well, I disagree with it, because I wrap most of my meat, and I watch it, and when it gets to a certain color, I wrap it. And the judges have seen it in the past, have liked it.
Now, to that point of consistent evolution of heat source, do you think that propane-powered cookers should be allowed into competitions at this point, then?
I really don't care. Whether it's propane or electric or whatever. I think with the natural flavors of that I use, and the wood and the spices that I use and everything, I would be willing to compete with anything. I did a contest last year ago, this past June, in Iowa, and it was a gas cook-off. You had to cook on a gas, not a gas grill, but a rotisserie type cooker.
Right.
And I had never cooked on one at all until I went to that contest, and a friend of mine loaned me his, and I won the contest.
What's your favorite thing to barbecue, and what's your favorite rub to use?
Oh, I've got several good rubs right here, and I don't make my rub. I buy all of my rubs right there. My rib rub is a rib tickler made here in Texas, and I've been using it since 1993. And brisket head country is a very good rub, and I've used it for a long time. And their sauce is by far the best sauce I've ever found.
Kind of switching gears a little bit, people calling into the station here. American Royal took place just this past weekend. Widely considered to be one of the most competitive competitions, I don't know if that's redundant or not, that take place during the course of the calendar year. You did very well in both the invitational and the open portions. Saturday you took 10th overall in the invitational. To that extent, how do you actually qualify for the invitational? How do you get invited?
Well, the invitational is like the Jack Daniels cook-off with the World Championship in Lynchburg, Virginia. You have to win a state cook-off that has a state championship proclamation, or a cook-off that has 50 or more contestants. And in the American Royal Invitation, anybody can go to it as long as they've done that. They don't have any limit. Where the Jack Daniels, you go into a lottery and be selected.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute.
But the Royal is it's very prestigious, and it's a real fun one. And the Invitational, they had 107 teams, I think, this year, the largest in the history of it. And they had a lot of good teams from all over the United States were there.
And you didn't do bad. 10th overall is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I had 11th rib, and 14th pork. They called out 14 places and 15 places. And I was fortunate enough to have a 10th overall.
Now, next day, you actually take part in the open portion. Now, if I understand this correctly, if you bone out to do the entrance fee, pretty much anybody can take part in the open portion?
That's true. And you've got a lot of them out there that's the only time they ever cook.
So from the 107 that took place on Saturday, how many more people went head-to-head on Sunday?
I think it was about 470-something out there. And that's what normally we call it a crapshoot. There's that many cookers, and they have a hard time getting judged to do it because there's so many people out there that are that's the only time they cook, and the food is not quite as good as it is on the Invitational. But I was fortunate enough to get second in ribs, and actually I thought my ribs Saturday were a little better than they were Sunday right there. But that's the only call I got, and I ended up at fourth place overall out of 470.
Wow! Now that whole weekend, what kind of a money investment goes into doing the Royal, both the Invitational and the Open, and then what kind of money are you pulling back out of there winning wise?
Well, the Invitational, there's no entry fee. You just got to show. You got to get, if you qualify, you can. They'll send you an entry form, and it's all free. Of course, you have to buy your own meat and spices and transportation and all that, and that's in this day and time, it's getting expensive.
Yeah.
And then the next day in the Open, right there, you have an entry fee, and I think mine was, it depends on the size of your space right there, but mine particular one, because I have a 40-foot motorhome, so I had to have a fairly large space, and it cost me about $450.
And what was your total winnings for the weekend?
I won a little over $3,000.
So not a bad return on the investment.
Yeah, that's right. Not as good as last year. Last year I finished third in the Invitation, and I won a little over $5,000.
Nice. So let's
we've been fortunate enough. Mama and I have through the years to pay our way around by our winnings right there. We're not making a lot of money, but we're able to do it, and we love it.
And you're not corporately sponsored like some of the other teams?
No, I have no sponsors whatsoever. I've been asked once or twice by some of them right there, but I just really don't want to be tied down to where the sponsors will like to tell you where they want you to go and do, and I'm just sort of an independent right there. I do. Head Country does give me products right there, and I fly their banner for them.
So let's. We only got a couple minutes left here, and I got a billion other questions. But one thing I did want to talk to you about, because it was kind of an interesting point. I had Rod Gray on last week, and we were talking about his string of 4 wins in a row. But I had brought up to him about the Royal and the Jack, and if he was kind of odds-on favorite to win the Jack this year. And he brought up kind of an interesting point, and I want to get your idea on it too. He said that the Royal was actually the real competition that, competition cooks actually look to vie for and win during the course of the year, due to the fact that, there's so many teams out there, especially in the open categories. You said, just shy of 500. And the Jack is actually more of an overhyped, this is a marketing campaign done by Jack Daniels, and many of the best teams are actually kind of left on the sideline because of their unusual drawing process. Which one is better in your opinion?
Well,
and you've won the Jack.
Excuse me.
You've won the Jack too.
Yes, I've won. I'm the only one that's won it twice. I won it in 2000 and won it in 2003, and this will be my 11th year. Out of the 20, this is the 20th anniversary now. This will be my 11th year to cook it. And the Jack is it's hard to get into. And Rod is correct. There's a lot of the good teams don't make the draw. They qualify, but they don't make it.
Right.
And I've seen so many times, and it'll happen again this year, there'll be teams there that really shouldn't be there because they call it a world championship. But they got lucky and won a contest somewhere in some state, and then they got lucky and they got drawn. And that may be the only, maybe some of them, sometimes it's the only contest they won in their life.
Right.
And then the results look the same. You have a different type of judges there. You have celebrity judges. So you've got to hit the right tables, and it's a lot of luck involved too, because you got to have a good product.
So, in your opinion, if you were given the choice, Johnny, you can win the Jack this year, or you can win the American Royal. Where do you fall out?
Well, I'll take the Jack because it's more prestigious. It's not as monetary wise. It's not as good because you win the Royal Grand Champ there, you get $12,500. Jack, you get $2,500.
Right.
But there are some rewards, like after we won it in 2003, we were invited to go to Switzerland by the Swiss Barbecue Society, and they paid our way over there to come over there and cook in their contest. So that was very rewarding.
Never fails that barbecue people always have different answers for different things, and I think that's really what lends to the fact that I can sit here and do a talk show week after week. You think I'd be fresh out of stuff to talk about after the third show, but cooking styles, cookers, what competitions to win, and so on and so forth. It never seems to I never seem to get the same answer from anybody. So, Johnny, I appreciate you coming on tonight, sharing all your insight and your candor about barbecue competitions, and hopefully we can do it again soon. Continued success.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to do this, but that was Johnny freaking Trigg. The only two-time winner of the Jack. Yeah. And he would rather win the Jack, if given the choice, than the American Royal, which is the exact opposite of what his teaching buddy Rod Gray said at Pellet Envy. If I'm a betting man, I'm betting on Big Brown for the Jack. What do you think about that, Dad? My clock is jacked up. We got to get some sauce to a winner next segment. Stand by. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Chillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hi, this is Jeff Richards, Columbus, Ohio. You're listening to Barbecue Central.
Previously on the Barbecue Central Show.
Joining me now, as promised, pitmaster of Pellet Envy competition cooking team, Rod Gray. How hard was it to actually go back and win this event 2 years in a row?
Every time we win a contest, I never feel like we're going to win another one. To win the same event 2 years in a row, I can't imagine what the odds are on that. So it was an awesome feeling.
Do you think that technology in the barbecue industry has actually taken away a little bit from the art of barbecue and the associated competitions?
Come on, Greg. You're asking a guy whose team name is Pellet Envy. So obviously the answer you're going to get is no.
It's the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Winding down, Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. Call in to win. I feel like a top 40 DJ right there. Woo-hoo! Shine time. 9:42 Eastern Standard. Call in to win chime time. 216-220-0966. For your chance to win a 2-pack of P.D. River Swamp Sauce. They won the Barbecue Sauce Challenge. Dare I say the official sauce of the Barbecue Central Show. The Barbecue Central Forum, because they won it, and we haven't had another contest to dethrone them. So go ahead and call in, 216-220-0966. Tell me you want the sauce. And we make it happen. We do it every week, folks. No doubt. Boomtown Rats with a little Up All Night. Coming at you. Want to thank Johnny Trigg for the last two segments. Look, I've been looking to really get him dialed in for an interview here pretty much since I started doing the Barbecue Central Show in podcast form, but wanted to make sure that my skills were up to par to be able to question him, because he's a wealth of information. He's been doing it for many years and probably can talk on any number of subjects. And I apologize, there were some questions out there in the Ustream chat room that I just didn't get to. I had a list of questions that I generated myself. I'd say a good 4 or 5 that I didn't actually get to answer. So it never fails that time escapes very quickly here during the show, and inevitably a guest will go ahead and bring up a something that inspires me to just do kind of an off-the-cuff follow-up question, and he was no different. So thanks again to Johnny Trigg. Do you want an email address? Do you want a website to find out more about him? This is how old-school Johnny Trigg is. He doesn't own a computer. He has no email address. He has no freaking website. So if you want to get in touch with him, you can email me, and I'll double verify Willie that I can get you his contact information, which is pretty much a freaking phone number. That's old school. No computer. I couldn't imagine not having a computer or an email address or both. I have 15 email addresses for no good reason. I'm sorry, Air Boss, about the not asking how he gets the brisket so juicy. Next time we have him on, because there'll be a next time, because he was impressed by the way the show host was able to handle the questioning and the professionality of the show. And And it looks like pretty much nobody's interested in sauce tonight, which is good for Tim because that way he doesn't have to give away free sauce. Again, that number is 216-220-0966. One of the questions that I actually did want to mention to him is something that I brought up last week on the Ustream.tv show when the radio station was moving locations. And that is this. What about, imagine if you will, getting rid of all of the individual sanctioning bodies of barbecue, competition-wise. Getting rid of the KCBS, getting rid of South Carolina Barbecue Association, getting rid of the Florida Barbecue Association, getting rid of the National Barbecue Association, the Memphis Barbecue Network, getting rid of all of them. Forming into one governing body. Again, I know I mentioned this last week. Devising one set of rules and then potentially bringing on professional judges. And what I mean by professional judges, I mean compensated judges, judges that you are paying to best weed out any of the biases, to show, NFL referees are compensated. NBA referees are compensated. Major League Baseball umpires are compensated. In order to continue to legitimize the sport, continue to grow the sport, get rid of all the other factions, house them up into one, and grow from there. Have the minor leagues, have the cookers underneath, and go from there. So quickly, we'll go to the phones here before we wrap up to the Barbecue Central show. This is the Barbecue Central radio show, name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Big Green Greg. It's Timmy. We want sauce. Sauce. Does Tommy want sauce too? Yes, sauce. Can we please have sauce? Please. Sauce.
Timmy.
Sauce.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are you?
No, but my mom is fat.
Your mom is.
Yes, she's got very low self-esteem problems.
That is interesting.
That's why we need sauce to help her.
All right.
We need sauce.
All right. Timmy from North Carolina and Tommy in the background who yells. Tommy never wants to get on the phone, by the way. No, Tommy never wants to get on the phone. He just wants to sit in the background and yell.
Yeah, he's he's stupid sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're not, are you?
No, I'm the smart tween. I'm smart. Mom's fat. Fat.
What?
Fat. Yes, fat.
All right. Timmy.
Yes.
Go ahead and forward me your email address. And
okay, Greg.
No. Forward me your shipping address, and I'll forward that down to Tim at Swamp Sauce, and he'll get you hooked up.
Thank you, Greg. I love you, Greg.
You're welcome. Just another satisfied customer here on the Barbecue Central show. Timmy from South Carolina. I don't know if Timmy knows where the hell he's from. Let's be honest, folks. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. I'm done. Diva has thick skin. Don't worry about her. I want to thank Johnny Trigg for coming on for 2 segments. Awesome interview. Again, there's no internet information about him. He owns not a computer. Henceforth, no email address or website. You can't keep track of this man. Show up to a KCBS competition. Hope that he's competing there, and maybe you can see him. That's all I got. But thanks to Johnny Trigg nonetheless. We'll have him back on. That was awesome. Thanks to Timmy and Tommy. Neither. Their mom is fat. Timmy wins a 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce. Thanks to my man Sam in Southern California for running the sound on my back for the first 3 minutes, pal. You're welcome. Don't forget to stay tuned for Broad Topics coming up after me, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can still catch the last 30 minutes of the presidential debate. Rumor has it via Air Boss that McCain has just challenged Obama. Obama!
Tell me how my ass tastes.
That McCain has challenged Obama to a naked wrestling match, winner takes all. What do you think about that? Exactly. So stay tuned for Broad Topics at 10 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you back here next Tuesday, Eastern Standard Time. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I should say. For the Barbecue Central Show, this is your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at Fred's Music and BBQ.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries every single part and accessory for the egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Then check out our full lineup of Traeger smoker grills. Fred also carries Pro Q Barbecue, Bradley, and Weber smokers, as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new cooker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. Fred is a direct retailer of companies that sponsor the Barbecue Central show, like Wolf Rub Barbecue Seasonings and the folks at the Barbecue Guru. But you can also get your hands on a full lineup of spices, rubs, and sauces to marinades, accessories, love charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools by Steven Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.